I feel like dance can sometimes be super competitive and that can be really hard. So like coming to college and just being able to dance for fun has been so cool. And I think that's what makes DECO so special is like we're all just dancing because we love it.
It's the beginning of a new semester here on grounds, but UVA's Virginia Dance Company is running full speed ahead. With a host of new members and a spring show imminent, today we sat down with the co-presidents of the group to gain insight into the inner workings of the Virginia Dance Company.
Virginia Dance Company, also known as DECO, is a student-run dance company on grounds. We have around 50 members and we have 2 shows a year, one in the fall and one in the spring, where we perform student choreographed pieces. It's a mix of different styles, so jazz, hip hop, contemporary, and we all come together, bring our family and friends to the Paramount downtown once a semester to kind of celebrate our dances.
We have usually anywhere from like 8 to 10-ish weeks to create our shows. And this semester we have only 8 weeks, so we're all kind of racing against the clock to get everything together, but it's still, everything's gonna be amazing.
I think everyone that's in DECO obviously loves to dance and like has such a huge passion for it. And so when you go to like the meeting where everyone shows their dances, it's so hard to pick which ones you wanna be in because you're like, okay, I also have a life in school that I have to focus on, but I really, really, really want to dance.
Favorite crime was a dance I did my very first semester with Abby Garcia, was the beautiful choreographer. It was such an emotional and beautiful piece, and it was just such a great introduction to DECO. And then second favorite, Brand New by Emily Taylor. I loved being in that dance. So those are my 2 favorites.
It doesn't feel stressful coming to DECO and like doing all of these dances because you're also really close friends and like best friends with all of the people in the company. So it's just kind of like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my friends and like we're gonna rehearse and like make a dance at the same time. But it's not anything that's like super stressful, but definitely like we have a little bit more behind the scenes work to do, which can be hard to balance, but it's still awesome to be able to have this opportunity and be able to be around all these amazing dancers.
Well, the dancers in DECO have very similar backgrounds in dance that I do. And I was really drawn to how much they obviously were committed to dance and how much they loved it, but also how they were using it as a way to express themselves and have fun.
The dances like have a huge range and choreographers kind of have a big say in like how many people they want, so it's really cool. So we have some dances that have like 5 people and others that have like 20 or so. So that's great, and I think like it's hard either way, honestly, trying to figure out like how to make it all work with the stage. So it's a little complex, but like really fun when you put it on the people.
And then also being able to kind of like envision how the people in your piece dance and being like, okay, like what looks good on them? Or if like you want to give somebody a breakout moment, maybe like getting their input in rehearsal so they feel like, oh yes, this is something that I look good doing and I feel comfortable. So it's fun to kind of like also tailor the pieces to who's in your dance.
I feel like dance can sometimes be super competitive and that can be really hard. So like coming to college and just being able to dance for fun has been so cool, and I think that's what makes DECO so special is like we're all just dancing because we love it.
Dance has always been just a great way for me to express myself, get my emotions out. If I have a bad day, I always like to just dance it out. And I knew that if I stopped doing that when I got to college, I'd really miss it. It's a great way to build community. It's a great way to work out. And I really wanted to find that somewhere here.
Every semester we're trying to elevate and like make DECO better than it was before. It just feels great to be able to kind of like give back to the CIO that gave so much to us.
You can follow Virginia Dance Company on Instagram and YouTube to stay updated for all things auditions, performances, fundraisers, and other ways to get involved. I'm Carolyn Crawford, WUVA.